The Sharp MZ is a series of personal computers sold in Japan and Europe by Sharp beginning in 1978. History. Although commonly believed to stand for Microcomputer Z80, the term MZ actually has its roots in the MZ40K, a home computer kit produced by Sharp in 1978 which was based on Fujitsu's 4-bit MB8843 processor and provided a simple hexadecimal keypad for input. This was soon followed by the MZ80K, K2C, and K2E, all of which were based on 8-bit Intel 80080A Sharp CPU with an alphanumeric keyboard. From the first Z80 processor-based model to the MZ2200 in 1983, the MZ computers included the PC, monitor, keyboard, and tape-based recorder in a single unit, similar to Commodore's PET series. It was also notable for not including a programming language or operating system in ROM. This invited a host of third-party companies, starting with Hudson Soft, to produce many languages and OSes for the system. In an era when floppy disk drives were too expensive for most home users, the MZ's built-in tape drive was considered faster and more reliable than the drive on competing computers. However, this meant that the MZ series was relatively slow to adopt floppy drives as a standard accessory. On the 21st of December 2012, Sharp published PDF files of manuals for the MZ80 on their official Twitter page. It was promoted as a Christmas present to fans. As of the 27th of December 2012, the manuals had been downloaded over 1,864,525 times. By the 28th of December 2012, both of the manual PDFs had been downloaded 3,804,756 times. Tweets of appreciation were received and many praised the release as a wise decision. This project started. Takafuma retweeted by May 15, 201,217 to 51 for Sharp Galapagos together. Twitter Sharp accounts said to "Shall you had to like together enthusiasm and that old times." Products. The MZ series is divided into several lines, including the text-based MZ80K series, the graphics-based MZ80B series, and the MZ3500 and 5500 series, based on a completely different architecture. In 1982, Sharp's television division released the X1, a completely new computer. The X series proved to outsell Sharp's own MZ series, and in response, Sharp released the MZ1500 and 2500 machines, which featured powered-up graphics and sound capabilities. However, this series saw little marketplace success, and eventually the company abandoned the line in favor of the X68000 series. The MZ name lives on as the initials of two of Sharp's most well-known products, the Mebius line of PCs, and the Zaris line of personal digital assistants. MZ80K Group. The Sharp MZ80K was one of the popular early consumer-level microcomputers, with an architecture based on the Zilog Z88-bit microprocessor. It was introduced into Europe in 1979. The machine had 48 kilobytes of RAM, 32 kilobytes of which was available for user programs. It could run a variety of high-level languages including BASIC, Pascal and Fortran, which had to be loaded into RAM before any programming could be undertaken. It could also be programmed directly in assembly code or machine code. The machine had an inbuilt monochrome display and a cassette tape drive. The display, keyboard and cassette drive lifted on hinges to expose the motherboard and circuitry underneath. Graphics capability was primitive, with only preset shapes and icons being available and no native high-res capability. This was not unusual for a late 1970s vintage microcomputer. The main drawback, however, of the MZ80K was the non-standard keyboard, which was difficult to use. The MZ80K sold well in Europe, despite its high price, and a large range of software was available, including some Japanese arcade games. It was superseded in 1982 by the MZ80A machine, MZ80K series MZ80K, an all-in-one kit with keyboard. MZ80C featured an improved keyboard and 48 kilobytes of memory. MZ80K2, the assembled version of the 80K, MZ80K2E, a low-price version of the 80K2, MZ80A, MZ1200, an upgraded version of the 80K with improved keyboard, more RAM and a green screen VDU, MZ700 series MZ700, the first MZ without a built-in monitor, an optional data recorder and plotter could also be installed to the machine, more or less fully compatible with the MZ80K, MZ800, the first MZ with a 640x200 pixel graphics mode, not available in Japan. MZ1500 features 320x200 pixel graphics and built-in sound capability. The tape recorder has been replaced with a floppy drive that reads 2.8-INCH quick discs. MZ80B Group. This offshoot of the MZ80K line was primarily marketed for business use. MZ80B series MZ80B, 320x200 pixel graphics. MZ80B2, an 80B with extra RAM installed, sold alongside the MZ2000 for most of the lineup's lifetime. MZ2000, 640x200 pixel monochrome monitor built-in, color optional, basic level compatible with the MZ80B. MZ2200, the only monitorless, standalone unit in the series. MZ2500 series. Launched in 1985, the computers in this series all used a Z80B processor running at 6 MHz. They included a data recorder and at least one 3.5 internal floppy disk drive, as well as a YM2203FM sound chip, hardware scrolling, and a palette of 256 colors. This makes them among the most powerful 8-bit machines ever released for home use. Some models are also compatible with the MZ80B and MZ2000, MZ2511, MZ2520, the 2511 without a data recorder and the MZ80B 2000 compatibility modes. MZ2521, MZ2531, MZ2800 series MZ2861, a hybrid 16-bit machine running on an Intel 80286 and a Z80 for MZ2500 compatibility. It could run MS-DOS in 16-bit mode, as well as a PC-98 emulator. MZ3500, 5500 and 6500 Group A line of business PCs shoehorned into the MZ lineup. All of them feature 5.25-inch floppy disk drives. MZ3500 series runs on two Z80A processors. MZ3541, FDOS and EOS. MZ5500 series, an MS-DOS-based machine running on an Intel 8086 processor. MZ6500 series, a high-speed version of the MZ5500 marketed as a CAD workstation. MZ6500, MZ6550, a vertically mounted machine with an 80286 processor and a 3.5-INCH floppy drive. Other MZ8000 series, a line of PC-compatible machines running on 80286 and 80386 processors.